Jeff has elicited
14
and Kenya at large. We as the hot seat join in the hashtag Justice for Jeff. All we hope and wish for is that family finds closure and Jeff finally finds peace in his resting place. Join me, Wangari Muthui, as we go on the hot seat. Today, remember, the hot seat with me, Wangari Muthui.
Uliniwacha mi bila fahamu kuwa ni yako zamu, angalau ungeniambia eti unakam nitulize hamu wangu wa dhati. Hey, tama zangu zimenikwamia mikononi, labda huu ni mwisho wa dunia. Safiri salama, msalimu Maulana, tutaonana baadaye. Safiri salama, msalimu Maulana, tutaonana baadaye. Ndio, tutaonana baadaye, mwendwa, ndio, tutaonana baadaye. Nakam, penda tabasamu, tutaonana baadaye. Nakam, penda tabasamu, tutaonana baadaye.
Wow. Okay. Natamani kujua what your plot is. Ata landlord upeana notice. Akimaulana ingilia kati. This ni expensive but worth it. Kwa nini uliamua kutangolea? Diet yangu imechange, tabia kolea, usingizi na kutamani kushoto kulia. Unakuja lini? Nitabasamu tena, unanitenda. Aliyekuchukua sijui nani alimtuma. Maombi ni ati wakati rudi nyuma. Jioni nikirudi nikupate kwa nyumba. Jiti zimeshikana ni ngumu kuvunja, but kauna raka nenda kwanza. Niko na iBag sijalala, na usalimie Maulana.
Safiri salama, salimu Maulana.
Good evening and welcome. This is a hot seat with me, Wangari Muthui. It's just yet another Friday. Saa mbili, pole tumechelewa kidogo. Today we start the hot seat on a sad note. We've recently experienced the brutal death of Jeff, who we all wish justice will finally prevail. However, today I'm honored to be hosting two very young guys. By the way, I'm not even sure wamefikisha 35, any of them. They are both elected member of parliament, member of county assembly in Nyeri. Ironically, both of them are from Kanyi. And funny enough, both of them are Patrick. So, sijui nianze na Patrick mgani. And funny of them, ata size ni kama inafanana.
Wait.
Okay, so welcome both of you, waheshimiwa.
Asante.
Tuanze na Patrick mgani, wakafaruka na Thegu. Okay, Patrick Thegu.
Yes, ma'am.
Please introduce yourself, who you are, and where you represent.
Thank you, Eunice. I'm Patrick Kanyi, currently the member of County Assembly representing the great people of the Thegu Ward. And it's a great honor to have you. And I hope to be so interacting. Thank you.
Asante sana Mhesh. Kuma kieni. Watu wa Animal Corridor. Kabaru. Yes, Mhesh.
Asante sana. My name is Patrick Muriuki, member of County Assembly, Kabaru. I'm a bit surprised to hear you say we're not even 35. I'm worried we're not even 30. So
hold on.
We have a long way to go.
Can I be told how old you are? Labda hiyo tutasema
Off camera.
Off camera.
Yes.
Hiya, first question. Are you both married?
Yeah.
Both of you?
We both, okay, personally I'm married. to one wife, who is a woman. You know, we're living in a time where we must say if it's a woman or a male. Blessed with one child. Yeah.
Well, are you married?
Yes, I'm married to one wife, and we're also blessed with one kid, and we're also expecting another one in the near future.
Oh, so okay. Hey, congratulations.
Thank
On
you.
that note, one word or one sentence on what is currently trending about the death of Jeff.
It's on me.
Yes, Thegu.
I'll just wish the family of Jeff that justice will prevail as well. Yeah. Even though the matter is in court, and we can't talk about it. Let's just wait. I hope justice will prevail.
Kabaru,
I'll say it's quite unfortunate. We've lost a young life.
23.
Very energetic, very focused in life, and one person who was actually died in the line of trying to make a living. What I ask the government is to make sure that we do serve justice, and I would also challenge the government. We don't have to wait until the social media goes wild so that we can start acting. It's time that we serve justice and we make sure that the culprits are brought to book.
Well, thank you so much. I think to soberlize that mood, we take a short commercial break and then we come back in a minute.
At Peak Meadows, we have tons of reasons to help you create treasured moments. We offer beautiful experiences such as rustic bar and restaurant where you get to enjoy cool drinks such as cocktails, rum, brandies, fruit juice, and delicious meals in a quiet, leafy green countryside. For your team building and family events, we offer tailored outdoor experiences. Our kitchen offers a variety of your desired delicacies, including a Kenyan favorite, nyama choma, and an outside catering package on request. We also offer elegant bed and breakfast in our deluxe and pristine accommodation rooms. You also get to enjoy high-speed internet for efficient meetings in our meetings and conference rooms. For bookings, contact us on 0700-122-322 or email us on info@peakmeadows.com. We are located along Nyeri Kando Road. Peak Meadows Grill and Steakhouse. Arrive as guests, leave as friends.
Welcome back. Sorry, I think I'm so obsessed with the beauty, the handsomeness surrounding me, so I'm kinda... Anyway, welcome back. This is the hot seat with me, Wangari Muthui. Well, actually, one is in public accounts. The other one is in agriculture. Kabaru na Thegu. Aki leo mtaacha niwaite with their representation, because nikiita pato nitabaki. Kabaru, tell us, which committee are you in and how is it taking you so far?
I'm the vice chair, physical planning. I'm also in agriculture committee, which is the one I'll say I love most. I come from an area where we so much rely on farming, and I'm also partly a dairy farmer. So, yes.
But then today I was in Kabaru and I called you and you didn't pick my call.
Call me next time.
And I loved your cabbages and maize and everything. How do you intend to be better than the people who your predecessors?
I think the number one thing that we must work on is make sure that we get a good market for our produce. In the previous, or rather in the past, I would say the predecessors have really focused on building roads. And I don't think we have really a major challenge when it comes to our roads. But I must insist that we must work on getting our people a good market where they can sell their produce. We must also make sure that we empower the people on the ground so that they are able to farm on their own, they are able to rely, to be independent, so that we don't get to a point where we also bearing in mind that we've been producers in the past, it's so unfortunate that right now we also have to rely on relief and donations. So we must get a market, we must work on making sure that our people have sufficient water so that they become independent.
Oh, that's nice. Thegu, which committee are you in?
Thank you. I'm the vice chair, PAC, that is Public Accounts Committee. I'm also in several sectoral committees. I'm in also an oversight committee called Thegu, Public Investment Committee. I'm a member of Sports and Youth. Also, I'm in agriculture and other committees. I'm actually in 7 committees in total.
Which is your favorite?
My favorite is in agriculture.
Okay.
I love agriculture as my...
I think you people should be combined to be just one.
I think our mom and dad have found something to talk about. Maybe.
But he's brown than you. So?
I'm also taller than him.
Subject to confirmation.
Before we leave, my director reminded me wasimame hapa tupime who is taller than the other. On that note, what is your intention or how do you intend to be better than your predecessors?
Actually, like just my colleague just said, our predecessor focused mostly on marams, and we have to deviate from that. And I'll focus mostly, in my area, people are doing mining, and especially me. I also came from that field. I used to do mining, and therefore there is a lot of empowerment I intend to do for our young people, because generally as time goes by, the mining we are just exhausting the mining areas. So I hope we shall do some empowerment here and there. And to the people there, I promise them that I'll give them good governance, whereby I'll have to cater and look along their input. Majorly, my government is based on their input, because as long as I'm serving them, I also have to do something that is appealing and will uplift their lifestyle.
And actually, you are one of the very few MCAs who did not come to the county assembly via UDA ticket. You came in as an independent candidate?
Yeah, no, I'm also independent in mine.
Okay.
Actually, the aspect is I then got first. I went to the UDA nominations. Shit happened, and I just got back, dust off, and got to an independent candidate. And there I'm the member of county assembly. Regardless, I'm partyless. I have to join the majority. I'm in UDA.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Now, talking of being in the public accounts, let us start with you. There was the recent allocation of 13.5 M to the ward. What have you allocated it to any youth project? We start from there.
budget allocations. It's not generally done by the assembly. It is majorly on the executive. So we only brought the budget for considerations, and we do some amendments here and there. So on matters budget, it is not pertained on our.
But once you're given your money, the 13.5, there is how you use it.
You put it long. We are not given money. We are given project work.
Yes, project first there.
Yeah. Like for instance, we got that connection between the county assembly and the governor, and we were issued 13.5. That is not in money form. It is worth projects worth that amount, 13.5. Yeah.
Have you allocated any projects to the youth?
I think before I answer your question, allow me to say my colleague says he came as an independent candidate, but he forgot to mention that when he's doing his campaigns, he was telling people he wants to come so that when we bring all the wheelbarrows in parliament, he will do the repairs. He came in with his
my symbol
was a transformer.
I've run over the electronics, and my symbol was a transformer. Once I graduated, I never got a job, and I used to tell His Excellency, the man we love most, that if all wheelbarrows are collected all along here in county, we need one person. Maybe that was me, because my symbol was a transformer. Once they are broken,
then you rush Shinera. Okay.
Yeah, he's the neutral ground. That would tell why he's in park. But in matters budget, I must also want to air that the money is a lot when mentioned. When you talk of 13.5, it's a lot of money when you mention it. But I would want to say, so that we clean the air, this is not money that an MCA is given to put in his account, then he can go distribute on projects. Just like my colleague mentioned, this is money that you have to go identify projects, bring them to the county assembly for implementation to help your people. I must say, when it comes to youths, we will focus on how to empower our youths. I would say the number one thing we must really put in mind is a lot of people will graduate class 8. They don't get to high school. The first opportunity they see around is the boda industry. You go to Form 4, you graduate Form 4, the first opportunity you see around you is the boda industry. So we really have to focus on how do we pick the very energetic and able young men from the boda industry, empower them and make them people tomorrow. So I must say that we will really work on implementing projects focusing on the youths. And I would say the number one thing I've thought of is making sure that even our young men do get licenses, so that if a person is coming and asking for a job, you just don't come and tell me if you get a job I can go clean. We don't have so many places to do cleaning. But at least if we can empower them, at least we will even manage to eradicate the drug abuse and things.
Talking of drug abuse, now that you're the one who has finished with that statement, we seem to be losing a generation to illicit use and drugs, because actually at every end, you just have 10 bob and you can be high in the next 5 minutes. How are you working on that?
Like I said, we've done a lot of talking, and we've really not focused on empowering the youths. I will say, majority of the youth indulging in drug and substance abuse do so out of lack of another thing to do, out of depression. Like I said, the moment I graduate class 8, maybe my parents do not afford to take me to high school. I look at the first opportunity around me, think of the boda industry, and majority of them remain idle. I think if I go to my area right now, I find that in one area you have more than 50 people operating as bodas. We don't have so many opportunities for them to really work. So the By the end of the day, you find that they even go out there, they borrow the motorbikes. They are supposed to pay, think of 300 a day. The moment you don't earn the 300, they will come and take your boda boda. Then you're left in depression. So that's why I said we really need to focus on empowering them. By doing so, we're fighting drug and substance abuse. At the same time, we have so many talents on our youths. You can think even of sporting activities. In my area, even during campaigns, we used to do a lot of football tournaments. And I realized by having a football tournament on a Sunday, you are able to think of taking 100 youths to the field. By doing so, the idleness is withdrawn, and they are able to concentrate on other matters. So I would think the number one thing to do to fight drug and substance abuse is to find an alternative for our youths.
Well, talking of youths, we find that after Form 4, most of the youth, and actually some who did not even manage to go to the high school, tend to be on the VCTCs. But the rate at which these VCTs are dying is really alarming. What should be done to keep them alive? That is a question Thegu MCA will reply immediately after this break.
Technologies Limited is your number one internet service provider. We deal in internet installations, CCTV sales and installations, power backup solutions, computer sales repair and maintenance. We offer free fiber installation and a free router at an affordable monthly subscription fee from as low as 1,500 shillings. If you are from areas without fiber connectivity, worry not, for we got you covered. With just 5,000 shillings, we install wireless internet at an affordable monthly subscription fee from as low as 2,500 shillings. You can contact us on 0723 365 571 or 0783 282 011. You can also email us on info@faithworkstech.co.ke or faithworkstech@gmail.com. We are located in Othaya Town, Centerpoint Plaza, 3rd floor, room T5. At FaithWorks Technologies Limited, we ensure you enjoy dedicated, fast, reliable, and affordable internet. FaithWorks Technologies Limited, a world of possibilities.
At Peak Meadows, we have tons of reasons to help you create treasured moments. We offer beautiful experiences such as rustic bar and restaurant where you get to enjoy cool drinks such as cocktails, rum, brandies, fruit juice, and delicious meals in a quiet, leafy green countryside. For your team building and family events, we offer tailored outdoor experiences. Our kitchen offers a variety of your desired delicacies, including a Kenyan favorite, nyama choma, and an outside catering package on request. We also offer elegant bed and breakfast in our deluxe and pristine accommodation rooms. You also get to enjoy high-speed internet for efficient meetings in our meetings and conference rooms. For bookings, contact us on 0700 122 322 or email us on info@peakmeadows.com. We are located along Nyeri Kando Road. Peak Meadows Grill and Steakhouse. Arrive as guests, leave as friends.
Welcome back. Remember, this is a hot seat with me, Wangari Muthui. I wish to recognize the presence of That Vision, who are your best live streaming partners, and also Faithwork Technologies for the best internet. Well, before we went on a short break, we asked, the rate at which most people tend to want to go to VCTC is alarming. But there's so many collapsing VCTCs, and it brings the main question: what should be done to revive our VCTCs? What's your thought, Thegu?
Thank you. And currently, we have the operational VTCs at 28, and all are public, and we have 2 partly public VTCs, and the data I have here is that we have 68 county employed expertise and 2100 students on instructors. The rate at which the VTCs are crossing, first it was wrong from the word go, because these VTCs are known for people who do fail in class 8 and form 4s, but like I'm saying, we should tell our people that without skills we are going nowhere. Like for instance, and tell them that they have to do anything for a living. Like for instance, you can do and get skills like carpentry. It's paying off, but our people, my friend have just alluded, the rate at which our people are going to borders is very high. So I can encourage that we should have, and parents should be stakeholders in this, so that we can encourage that people, students, once they are done with the form 4s, it shouldn't end there. They shouldn't get into border sectors and other sectors, but we should insist that they get back to VTCs and get some skills. Currently, we are going to sponsor a bill into the Nyeri County and see how we can rehabilitate the vocational training centers, and I know it shall act.
Well, Kabaru, do you feel like we should just concentrate in one VCTC according to the sub-county and majorly give it all our best? Or should we just have as many as possible?
I'll say I will not restrict myself to saying just one. But I must say, I come from Chinese, and in our local language we say, that is the Chinese language, we cannot really have a vocational training college in every ward as at now. We may not have all those resources to make sure that all these vocational training centers are operational. What I would really suggest is we can even think of doing a vocational training college at sub-county levels. It's so unfortunate that even in Kabaru we have a national polytechnic that is so collapsed. There is no teachers, there is nothing, just the buildings. This is a wastage of public resources. We also have to really focus on the short-term courses, because I would believe when we do a 3-year course, that is how much we invest in a single individual. If we are able to even do courses that would last 6 months to 1 year, then it would really make sure that after every 6 months, we do get a new enrollment. That way, we are able to help as many as possible, but I would really want to say, as at now, I don't think the counties will have enough resources to have a vocational training college, or rather center, at every ward level.
Okay. I wish to recognize the presence of our viewers and read some comments. Mwariwa Mudhamaki, Kabaru, we have to please ensure they are awakened by this government. Kama ile iko Kimahore and Warazojet in Kabaru, zikiamshwa watu watasoma. I wish our MCA thinks of how we can harvest water during this rainy season. I think our MCA is Kabaru. Tune from Garissa, huku ni simple, ikiwa ndani, but once umefungua mdomo okay. Kumbe kizungu inakuanga simple hivyo, mimi tu ndio nililemewa. I'm also being taught, literally, by the way, I'm being schooled. Mko sawa? Anyway, we march forward. Our ECD's basic salary is 7,000. Well, as we have schools like Kirinyaga, counties like Kirinyaga, where the ECDs, we have the highest earning at 51. What is your feeling about that?
Thank you. And I will restrict myself to Nyeri County. You know, I don't have any information about Kirinyaga. I'm not sure of whatever you're talking about.
It's something substantial.
Yeah. Okay. But let me say, you think they are earning 7,000, but I know it doesn't mean that all of them are earning 7,000. But what we have to do, I know the sector is not working well, and the way we can just help them is just sponsor a bill, make sure that they are given a certain amount that is in consideration with the SRC, and as a county, I know we shall make it happen.
Well, okay, sorry about that. Well, what is your feeling about that, Kabaru?
From the information I have, I wouldn't really say that our ECD teachers are running 7,000. The information
I've said the basic salary is 7,000.
The information I have, and what I would really say without blinking, is I know the basic salary for our ECD teachers is 12,000. That is the gross salary. Then after all the deductions, their take home is 8,000. But I must really appreciate all efforts by the county government to make sure that all our schools have teachers. Number two, we not only give opportunities to teachers, we make sure that we get professionals, number one. Number two, we do not discriminate. I have a friend, and I know he's watching, his name is Prince Dave. He was really following up with me and telling me, my friend, I don't even know if my wife will get employed. She's a mother of 3, but as we speak, she has been employed. So that's why I say we must appreciate the fact that we've not really seen discrimination when it comes to who is employed, who is not employed. But I'm also really focusing on the fact that being an ECD teacher, you make the foundation for every student. So moving forward, we must come with reforms, and we must take a bill, we must sponsor a bill or even a motion in the county assembly where we must push the counties, the Nyeri county government to make sure that at least we give them something substantial. Because I would think the reason why I'm here is because someone laid a foundation for me. The reason why you are where you are is because someone laid a foundation for you. I've really sat down with my son when he's doing his homework, and I really think the ECD teachers are doing a great job. It's been really, it requires a lot of patience dealing with that PP1, that playgroup child. So I would really think we also take the same initiative to push at least so that we make sure they also get something substantial. But we must also consider when we talk of something substantial, how much can the county government afford? Because this should not be at the expense of other development projects.
But I think if Governor Muthui, when he came into office, there was so much fight with the health sector. And he came in and settled everything. So we've not had fights. So I believe if he wants to settle the issue with ECDs, he would, comfortably. And we hope he will. Well, talking of kids and homework, we are all parents here. How has CBC taken you? Thegu, we start with you.
You know, I said I'm a father of 1, and it's too unfortunate, like my brother is just experienced. Mine, she has not yet got to school, but I know very soon she will. But I came to intermingle with other school-going kids, and I can just say that on the ECD issue, that it is the basic of all. You know, we are here. Patrick have just said that we are all here because somebody somewhere just took time and tried to reiterate within our minds that this is A, this is B, this is C, and I believe that as you can say, you are talking about the Governor Muthui Kahiga. He's been my teacher for long, but I trust that man. I know as being a teacher, he'll have some inputs to the same. I know he's willing to pay off well, and it should be noted that it shouldn't go in the expense of other development. We should limit it that the take home to the teachers should be good.
Well, I think Patrick bado hajafika kuongea kama sisi wazazi. So now, from a parent to another parent, how is CBC taking you?
It's good that he has me. I'll make sure that I'll share the experiences with him.
Oh, also you can come for classes.
Yeah, I'll prepare him in advance before his girl gets to school. What I'll say is, think of 3-4 months ago, we used to have a CBC that was not really considerate. I would wake up in the morning and you'd find your child with a note, or rather you would even get at home 9 o'clock, you find your child with a note saying that tomorrow we're required to take blah 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 to school. Sometimes it would cost as much as 300. For those who can afford, well and good. But think of that person on the ground who can hardly afford a meal, and here is a teacher who sent a child with a note. We got to a point even in social media you would see people making jokes of how the teachers are even asking for chicken so that they can go and do the practicals in school. But recently I've noticed a lot of changes and a lot of improvement in making sure that it's not really so much of a burden on the parent. But I would say in as far as equipping the child is concerned, it's perfect. I was really concerned when I learned that my child will be going to school the following morning, and I kept wondering, will we have to push him every morning to go to school? Is this something that he loves? But I think by going to school and doing something that is coming from the inner him, he gets the motivation to go to school the following morning. He comes at home and you hear him saying "k" for kite, and he's even training me. Like, this is what we were taught. Yeah, the Abu Kudu and stuff. But
can you get what you're saying?
he's hanging. But in our times, you are forced to get these things. It's A, B, C, D, and you have to grab it. But I think as we're moving on, the teachers have really made it enjoyable and learners friendly. So I would say they're doing a good job.
Well, let us now go to something you will understand, sports. We've had so many tournaments during the campaign season, and ironically, most of the tournaments seem to have faded off, except from your words that I had, there was a tournament recently. You all know I love football. So, what is your thought about sports and youth currently?
Thank you.
Ama tungoje miaka 5?
Okay. Currently, I know we are doing good. The plans are underway, and very soon, you know, me and Patrick, we belong to the Youth and Sports Committee, and we are still urging our Igbo chairman, Honorable Nyakanyoko, who I think is still watching, that we should make the Sports Committee of the Assembly, now being we are also youth, and we shall make it vibrant. We plan to do some tournaments here and there. As Nyeri County, we have to embrace sport, because, you know, the only way we can get our youth busy and keep them off from drugs is just through sport. You know, on Sundays, I saw you the other day at Karatina Stadium. Maybe if you do take 1 or 2, you are to be on a joint somewhere. And because you are held up with
1 or 2, what, to be specific.
And because all I mean is that it gets people busy.
Very true.
And mostly, I know, to our youth, and they have talent, they got talent. So we have to champion and showcase what Nyeri youth got. And I know, in my ward, I'll be doing some tournament very soon. We are planning with my friend here, Patrick, that we should do 2 tournaments between Thegu and Kabaru ward, and not stopping at that juncture. We have also to put some more funds to the clubs, and also tell our youth that we don't have to do sports only. it shouldn't be football and football alone. We shouldn't restrict our mind to football.
Yeah.
We should take like a point whereby we come together, we join hands, and we can propose a project like I intend to do some on my ward. I intend to give some money, some funds to those youth, so that they can do and earn something, do something for a living, and that will make them. In the meantime, when they don't play football, they also have to discuss matters life, because you know, even if you play football for leisure and or because it's a hobby, yes, you have. If it is making you, it is paying, yes, it should be too good.
Well, as we wind up, LGBTQ has become order of the day, and it's in everybody's lips. Final thought about that as we wind up.
I think I'll take 1 minute to respond to the previous question.
Okay.
And I'll say, even when we were doing our campaigns, majority of the people would keep saying, I know whatever you're doing, you're just doing it for the sake of your campaigns. Then after campaigns, you'll go away, you won't come back. But I'll say, we have our youths at heart. Or rather, I would want to say personally, I have the youths at heart. When it comes to football, I'm a football fan. I would want to convey my heartfelt and very sincere apologies to all spectators for Manchester United having lost 7-0. I know majority of them.
Our producer is a Man United fan. We might not be.
So I know they will also come and say today is the 10th, 3rd, 2023. And being a Chelsea fan and being the position 10, they've made it a special day for us. But I want to say, for me, I want to make sure that every year for the next 5 years we have a tournament that is in Kabaru. Apart from that, I'm also really focusing on making sure we have a team that would represent Kabaru, and I intend to name it Kabaru All-Stars, where you pick a star from all the other teams, then you build one team that you can take out. I'm happy to announce that we've really made tremendous steps in making sure that our sports in Kabaru are growing. The other day we played against Marafiki, and if Joe is watching, he has to make really good improvement on his team. He came to Kabaru and we actually thrashed them 2-0 by halftime. Then somehow they managed to slip in and they beat us 3-2. But I think for as much as mpira ni dakika 90, thinking of a very local team that is now playing, I would say, the entire Nyeri County Giants, it's a step in the positive direction. Coming to the LGBTQ thing, I must say it's quite unfortunate that we have to talk about it. I heard the governor the other day say he's never seen a vehicle being fueled from the exhaust. It's unfortunate that our men have now turned around and they have to be fueled from the exhaust. Quite unfortunate. But I must say, much as we have to rebuke all these with all words that we can gather, we must also sit on the bargaining table and ask ourselves, where have we lost our girls? Where have we lost our boys? For instance, it's quite time that we think of making our schools all mixed. Because I'm looking at a situation where I'm told that during your years in high school, you are probably in your teenage. And that's when you tend to experience a lot of changes in your body. That's when the teachers will say attraction to the opposite gender comes in. If I'm in a class or in a school where all I see around me is girls, and I'm a girl. If I'm in a school where all I see around me is boys and a boy, the moment you take me out of school, I may not really get the courage to intermingle with the girls if I'm a boy, or to interact with the boys if I'm a girl. So that's where I would think that it's something we have to look at keenly, because majority of the girls whom I know are lesbian have brought it from school. Majority of the boys who have been recruited into homosexuality have taken it from school. So if we can find a way where our boys are given time to intermingle with the girls, our girls are given time to intermingle with the boys, I think it's a step in the positive direction.
Wow, Thegu.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you marry Pato because you're friends?
I wouldn't even imagine Pato telling me that I'm handsome or whatever.
But what is the problem with him telling you you're handsome?
No, you know what I mean.
Okay.
But anyway, it's too unfortunate that in the 21st century we are talking about LGBTQ, and it all started with our honorable courts. As much as we respect them, they also have to know that we got moral and culture to uphold. And going by that, I don't see in any way that you should allow that boys can get married to boys and girls to girls. And my take is that they should be brought on board. And once they are in court, they should be given, maybe in their lifetime, when they get a child, they are released out. Like for instance, it's me and Pato. We are jailed in a cell until we have to get a child. It should be that way.
Well, as your final words, what next for Kanaka Aidi now in the political career, as you say goodbye to your people?
As I say goodbye to my people, I can just say...
That's your camera?
That's my camera, yeah. Sorry. It's not mine, it belongs to you.
Oh. But please look at that camera.
All I can say is that, I've never been to studio. This is my first time. And I'm so lucky. My final take is that I look to the people of Thegu, and I have to thank them for voting me in. They never did a mistake, and I can promise them that in the next 5 years, they will never regret putting me in that position of the MCA. I'll have to do anything that it takes so that our ward will champion best, and mostly probably we are aiming #1 and having all it takes that we have our resources, and even if the resource bucket is very shrink, we have the ideas on how to do things, and when the money comes, we have not yet received the allocation to the county level, so I'm telling them to wait for the new Thegu, not the Thegu the new, but we shall make it great.
Na sasa niulize on a very light note. Bewaidi.
Actually, that's my church. Yeah.
Okay, we leave it. We leave it at that. Thank you so much, Mahesh, for making time.
Okay.
What next? After 5 years, are you back? Ama tungoze uende kiti ingine? Ama you're done with politics?
It's too early to judge. And I got vision and mission to accomplish. So I'm giving it myself 5 years. And within the 5 years, I know they have the marking scheme. They'll have my marking scheme, and they'll say whether I should extend to the next seat or else I should retain. But I know the only option they'll never have is to get me home. Because I'll have served them best. I love them, and let me take this opportunity to wish them a good night and tell them that I love them most. And before you wind up, I've told to say hi to the CEO. I don't know CEO. Somebody by Mwalimu JJ is telling that your CEO, Mr. Ajoy, is a good friend of him. And also, shout out to my dear wife. I know she is watching, and all the people of Nyeri, and especially our governor. Maybe he's not on the site, but we love him, and we promise that we will be at the forefront to fight the battle of Nyeri County. Thank you.
Welcome so much. Kabaru, your final thoughts as you say goodbye, and what's next for you?
I think before I say my final words, my brother is putting me in a very precarious position by mentioning his wife on live television. So I also have to make sure that I do mention mine, otherwise it's going to be a conflict to the whole night.
To be mentioning.
We're going to get you one. I'll get you one from Kabaru. I have really energetic young men.
Also, energetic men as they go. We do mining. They are very strong.
So, on my final take, I would first and foremost want to thank the people of Kabaru for voting me in. young as I am. And I think, just as I promised during my campaign time, it's an opportunity that we've been given to serve our people. And by the end of the 5 years, I don't expect that we'll go back with the same sins we had before we were elected. I think, just like my friend has said, or rather my colleague has said, after the 5 years, I'm looking forward to going back on the ground, listening to the people. If they say you've really served well as an MCA, and I think you deserve better, I'll do as they wish. If they tell me, my brother, don't go beyond that, stay with us, we want you here with us, I think I'll also listen to them. But I must say, as a young member of County Assembly, we have dreams, we have desires. I envision myself being the Irongo Kangatal of Nyeri, who was once elected as an MCA, from an MCA to an MP, from an MP to a senator, from Senate now to the county government. I believe that, God willing, we can also form an Irongo Kangata in me, from an MCA to the MP, to Senate, to the governor. And because I know our governor will be watching this, or is even watching, I know he will hold our hands. The other day we told him to rehearse yake. In short, we are his sons, both in politics and even in life. We follow his steps. He's done a very wonderful job in bringing the county government of Nyeri together. So we'll take in his steps, and I believe in 5 years, God willing, we'll probably be thinking of greener pastures.
Well, I think I had fun hosting this show, and I really enjoyed having, actually both of them are my friends, so thank you so much for making time for the show. And over and above that, they're both very intelligent and humble men. And above everything else, I find them to be the voice of youth in Nyeri County. Well, that was a short session of the hot seat with me, Wangari Muthui. However, I still feel we need more time with these guys. Hopefully you will invite me for the tournament. After this, I don't have a husband to wish, but I have a boyfriend too. So sorry, I can't go with Kabaru, I can't go with Thegu. So to my boyfriend, thank you so much for even allowing me to be out this time. Seriously,
Then you should mention names. Will
No
not be surprised you
mentioning
have 10 boyfriends.
Oh well. I hope the voices cannot be heard. Anyway, it's high time we all came together as a nation. And so, what next for our youth? For kwera wo rurutare jao nirohukaga. Nige makeria hau nehida tuikareve tuone haria buri yaterere muriha. Tuone kiria kiratuma gukorwo na LGBTQ edita na bere ginya hau gukinyite. Ehihiye nehide tufatie gushoka magomano-ine majirai tuone uria tufatie gwikae kana ni atia. Ririkana uma ninyi maguikarira mwaro wa Wangari wa Muthui.